What's up, guys? What's going on? Here in my garage, I'm gonna do a hub bearing, whatever you want to call it, on this 2001 Honda Civic 5-speed. I'm doing the rear hub. The reason why I'm doing is when I'm driving, I hear a loud humming sound, and the faster I go, the louder it gets. So as I spin it, you could hear the bearings kind of grinding. Doesn't sound normal. So I'm gonna take that apart, show you guys how it is. It's pretty easy. Let's hope it stays easy. Tools you basically need is a small little chisel to punch the cap off, and also the little axle nut tab. 1 or 2 punches, a 32mm. This is a 12 point. This is the only thing I have. If that doesn't work, then I have a 1.25 inch socket. Obviously your impact gun. And Thor let me borrow his hammer, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to take off the wheel for now. Next comes the drum and a dust cap. So I got the drum off. Now I'm going to pop this dust cap off. Right there, you put a little chisel right there and tap that off. I know I got a little bit of anti-seize, so it's hard to see, but there's like a crease right there. So I'm going to pop that dust cap off. Dust cap, that is the nut you gotta take off. If you want, you don't really have to, but you could knock this little notch up. It's like a locking tab right there. So you get that, and then you zap this off, or you use your breaker bar or whatever you want to use. There you go. That nut comes off. See that? Just holds onto the spindle. Oh. Let's try and fight with this thing. See, it's moving. Oh, and make sure you got yourself a good set of jack stands to secure the vehicle. Alright, so I'm gonna play around with this, try and get it off. Oh, there you go. That's the inside of the race. Now you want to inspect it. It looks a little rusty. Oh, but that's just minor rust. You want to inspect for any really sharp, jagged grooves to see if it might have been spinning on the spindle itself, but you really don't see anything. I read online that it's good to coat this with a little bit of motor oil to slide it in easy. Let me open up the new one. This is from Moog. So while I'm spinning, I can't really feel a huge difference, like as far as doing this and turning it. But when I move this and back and forth, in and out, this one has a lot more play. See that? This one is about 10 times more solid. So I'm gonna mount this on there. Just be careful with your studs, and I'm gonna compare it to my lug nuts right now to make sure they fit. But yeah, this is a ABS equipped car. There's the ABS ring right there. So I'm gonna clean up that sensor and make sure this gets no grease or anything on the ring. Okay, so I put a coat of motor oil on this. Might not be 100% sure if it was motor oil, but whatever, something to help it slide on. Alright, so with one hand I'm gonna try and put this on. Like I said, with one hand, I'm gonna try and put this on. Just gotta jiggle it in place. Yeah, let me use 2 hands. So I got it on, not by method of choice, but I gave it a few little love taps right over here, because it wasn't going in, it wasn't going past the the beginning of the spindle, but once I gave it a few love taps, it went right in, so I don't hear any grinding sound. And it went all the way back to the ABS sensor right there. And I even called back the parts store to make sure this was the right part number for our EX Civic, but look, it's spinning. The only way we could know is if we road test it. So now I'm going to put the nut back on. And I'll show you. I'm going to torque it in a second. So I just drew it in with the gun just a little bit just to seat it. Right there. I'm going to loosen it again. You don't have to do this, but it's just my method of seating it down. I didn't want to over torque it with the gun, so now I'm going to do a proper torque with this Craftsman torque wrench. Specs say 134, so I'm going to torque it to 134. Alright, so here I go one-hander again. This really sucks. Things I do for you guys. No, I'm kidding. I like doing this. Alright, so 134. Make sure it's seated flat. I'm just going to put my foot here. One more. I think should do it. There you go. That click means it's done. Just going to do one more to double check. That's it. Now we could put the drum back on. I'm going to put a little bit of anti-seize on here, being that this is a fresh, yeah, spinning pretty freely, pretty good. Right there. No weird noises, so I'm going to put some anti-seize right on along the edge over here. Alright, got the dust boot on, and I got the drum on. I'm going to put the wheel and take her out for a test drive. And that's how you do a hub. Front hub, rear hub. Duh, it's a little late. Thanks for watching, guys.